It's Rook again, bringing you all the new abilities, updates, and changes coming to Bard in Final Fantasy XIV's next expansion, Endwalker. Square Enix was kind enough to extend me the invitation to try out our new job gameplay during the 2021 Media Tour this year. A reminder, everything seen here is not final and may be subject to change. This is especially true for jobs, which are also currently affected by the downscaling of the game's numerical quantities. So don't panic, it's hard to get a real sense of how these all come together without playing them in-game within the context of our new content and scaling. What's new for Bard? Dot time has been extended to 45 seconds. Straight shot ready duration has been increased to 30 seconds. Codas have been added for all songs. New abilities added including Layden's Bite, Blast Arrow, which is a new proc off Apex Arrow, and Radiant Finale, the new capstone ability. Let's get down to the details. If you'd like a more general summary of what's changed, skip ahead. The abilities listed on the screen remain unchanged in potency. No abilities were removed from Bard. Let the nerfs begin. But really, hang in there, everybody. Heavy Shot's potency has been decreased, going from 180 to 150, a 17% nerf. Straight Shot has also been reduced, going from 200 down to 180, a 10% nerf. Raging Strike's recast time has been reduced, going from 80 seconds down to 60 seconds, a 20% buff. Venomous Bite has dropped drastically, going from 400 potency down to 250, a 38% decrease. Bloodletter has been nerfed, going from 150 down to 120, which decreases it by 20%. While Bloodletter's damage has been reduced, the enhanced Bloodletter trait acquired at 84 gives 2 charges for both Bloodletter and Reign of Death. Quick Knock has dropped from 150 down to 100, a 33% decrease. Layden's Bite is the new upgrade to Quick Knock, though it's 40 potency less than the current Quick Knock deals. Wind Bite has also dropped from 460 down to 260, a 44% decrease. Mage's Ballad's recast time has been increased, going from 80 seconds up to 120 seconds. It does now, however, grant the additional effect Mage's Coda. Barrage's recast time has increased, going from 80 to 120, a 40% nerf. Army's Peon's recast has also been brought in line with Mage's Ballad, extending it from 80 seconds to 120. But playing the song will now trigger the additional effect, grants Army's Coda. Reign of Death has been nerfed, going from 130 potency down to 100, a 23% decrease. Battle Voice can now be used more frequently, going from 180 recast time down to 120, a 60% buff. The Wanderer's Minuet is the same as the other songs, with the recast time going from 80 up to 120. Playing this song now grants the additional effect, Wanderer's Coda. Pitch Perfect's repertoire effects have also been nerfed, taking the 2 repertoire from 250 down to 220, and the 3 repertoire stacks from 450 down to 360 in potency. Imperial Arrow's damage has likewise been taken down a notch, from 230 potency down to 200, a 13% nerf. Sidewinder's greater potency for having 2 dots on a target has been reduced, from 350 to 300, a 14% nerf. Troubadour's recast time has gone down from 120 to 90, a 30% buff, yay! Caustic Bite's potency has dropped from 550 to 450, an 18% nerf. Storm Bite's been taken down as well, from 600 to 475, a 21% nerf. Refulgent Arrow has likewise had a drop, going from 340 down to 280, an 18% reduction. Burst Shot has dropped down from 250 to 220, a 12% decrease. Apex Arrow has dropped from 600 to 500, a 17% decrease. But Apex Arrow now has an additional effect, which grants Blast Arrow ready upon execution while the soul voice gauge is 80 or higher. Blast Arrow is a new attack that delivers an attack to all enemies in a straight line before you with a potency of 500 for the first enemy and 60% less for all remaining enemies. The action cannot be assigned to a hotbar and rather transforms one of the existing icons. At last, Radiant Finale, the new capstone ability. The ability increases damage dealt by self and nearby party members for a duration of 15 seconds. The effectiveness is determined by the number of different coda active in the song gauge, and this can only be executed when at least one coda is active. If one is active, it's a 2% damage boost. If 2 are active, 4%, and if 3 are active, 5%. Overall, how is Bard looking then? So, having the numbers is great and all, but I'm sure many of you are wondering, what does that all mean? Almost all Bard damage was nerfed across the board. In exchange, a few abilities have lower recast times, but others have also been given longer recast times, so it balances out. Dots with a duration of 45 seconds feel great, but will take a second to get used to if you're familiar with the old pacing. Codas will now appear with each different song you play. They don't add any additional buffs to the songs themselves, but instead light up one of the 3 different colored icons on your job gauge. You'll provide the party a higher damage up buff if you have all 3 colors when you use your new capstone, Radiant Finale. It's a welcome addition, but the buff potencies on Finale feel a little underwhelming at the moment, especially when compared to other jobs with damage buffs like Astrologian and Dancer. It's hard to tell with Bard just how much these potencies will fit with the new downscaling. Looking at the changes, it seems like nerfs across the board, but I can only imagine this fits into a bigger picture we're not seeing. From my own experience playing Bard in the dungeon, the class felt really fluid. The new dot extensions required less constant management, and my damage felt strong enough against the enemies to make a difference. Considering that Dancer also got some significant nerfs, again, I think we just have to wait to see how the potencies balance out. But Bard wasn't the only job I was able to play. Find my other 9 job summaries here on YouTube, including the Summoner rework and our new classes Reaper and Sage. If you're interested in lore, give my old Charlian, Garlemald, and Thavnair lore tour videos a watch to get a sneak peek into the meanings behind our new maps. And of course, where would we be without content and glamour? New dungeon info and artifact gear previews are also on that list. Stand tall, my friends, and remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Try out Bard for yourself in Final Fantasy XIV's upcoming expansion, Endwalker, releasing November 23rd, 2021, with early access starting November 19th.